Nightside highlights from Game 5 of the WHL Championship Series.
Dry tonight, but for how long? I'm tracking a cool and showery weekend in the first alert forecast.
And the response from local leaders after federal officials withdraw millions from Spokane's aerospace project. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. And thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Jack Wallace. And what an incredible finish we just had at Spokane Arena tonight between the Spokane Chiefs and Medicine Hat Tigers. It's Game 5 tonight of the WHL Finals. A Spokane win means an extension of the series back to Medicine Hat. A loss, well, that ends Spokane season tonight to a Tiger team with League Player of the Year Gavin McKenna back in the lineup after an injury missed him in the last 2 games. No first period goals, and Medhat finally breaks the dam open. Nilo-Pekka Mahonen, long shot scoring, and the Tigers drawing first blood, taking the 1-0 lead. Last moments of the second period, Chiefs power play. Van Olm can't get it. No good. Shea Van Olm can't get theirs right as time expires. Third period, Gavin McKenna, welcome to Spokane, the WHL Player of the Year, scoring his first in the Lilac City to take a 2-0 lead. And now things get funky. Matthew Ward, long pass, tries to shoot, slips into Dawson Cowan. Net comes loose. Hunter St. Martin scores. The crowd is livid, but the goal stands anyway. Chiefs end up adding a goal back from Andrew Crystal right here. This is later in the third period. And then after a second through a close-range blast from Asanali Sarkinov. But the Tigers score an empty netter and close off the win. They take the game 4-2 and the series 4-1, ending the Chiefs' season. So a painful loss for Spokane. They suffer a 3-game sweep at home to close out the series, and Medicine Hat will represent the WHL in the Memorial Cup. Check us out later in sports for more breakdowns from the game. Plus, the Seattle Mariners had a much more fun evening down in San Diego. Kirsten, back to you.
Thanks so much, Jack. Plans that would have made Spokane one of the leading aerospace testing cities in the country have been put on hold. That's because the U.S. Department of Commerce pulled $48 million in funding for the project. The goal of the project was to bring manufacturers to the inland Northwest to set up plants. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown released this statement, reading, "This stunning reversal undermines the hard work of public and private partners who have spent years preparing for this investment and the economic opportunities it would bring." The mayor also calling on Congress to reverse this decision. U.S. Representative Michael Baumgardner also releasing a statement tonight, reading, "The department is walking away from a selection process it has already completed, undermining the work of more than 50 committed local, academic, federal, and industry partners who stepped up in good faith." Tonight, plywood covers a hole in the front of River Park Square Mall. That hole was made by a car that smashed through the entrance around 9 o'clock last night. According to Spokane police, the driver, 20-year-old Omar Kayari, was speeding east down Main Street from Lincoln. He first hit a parked car before losing control and crashing into the front of River Park Square Mall. Spokane police say Kyrie was taken to the hospital for minor injuries last night. He's been charged with reckless driving, but showed no signs of impairment at the scene of the crash. Despite the damage to the building, the mall's director of marketing says she's grateful no one was seriously hurt.
None of the businesses were impacted. It was pretty isolated. It happened later in the evening, so we're really fortunate.
River Park Square welcomed customers back this morning with normal hours. Crews were assessing the damage throughout the day, but there's still no timeline on when those repairs will be completed. The Spokane voter-approved camping ban could be changing. A state Supreme Court judge overturned Proposition 1, ruling the decision is not up to voters, but rather city leaders who for the past few weeks have been debating this complex topic. Proposition 1 bans camping within 1,000 feet of schools, parks, and daycare centers. The issue has become quite controversial, though, with some saying it criminalizes homelessness and others concerned about safety of our neighborhoods.
I mean, we want this to be a safe environment for the kids that are playing over there to be able to go out here and play in the park and not have to step over drug material and stuff like that. We also want the people that are in the park to get help.
The Spokane City Council will discuss an amended version next week. Supporters feel it makes enforcement clearer. Opponents feel it strikes the will of the voters. You can read the full proposal on our website right now at KXLY.com. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining me now. We've got a parade this weekend. We've got a lot of people trying to plan some things, and we have rain.
Yes, and there will be some breaks, but you're going to have to act fast to enjoy them. Here is a look at 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be showery on Saturday, possible thunderstorms in the late afternoon and evening. More rain on the way on Sunday, mainly the first part of the day. Temperatures will be cooler than average. Our forecast radar showing dry conditions overnight. Early tomorrow morning, we start to see some showers developing through the Columbia Basin, up to the Waterville Plateau, and into the northeast mountains of Washington. Dry in North Idaho until later in the day. By 2-3 o'clock, we'll start to see that rain in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and the Palouse. Here's 6 o'clock in the evening, and our Armed Forces Torchlight Parade is looking fairly iffy. There is a chance of rain from the time people are setting up their chairs all the way through the time everybody's cleaning things up after the parade, and there's the potential for an isolated thunderstorm as well. If you hear rumbles of thunder and you are out on the parade, you have to head inside. When thunder roars, go indoors. Temperatures will be in the 50s, so it's also going to be chilly. There'll be some breaks during the parade, but plan on wet roads, puddles in the gutters, and if you set your chairs out early, they are going to be wet. I'm going to be back with a more inclusive look at your entire weekend forecast and tell you about some warmer weather coming next week later in the news. Kirsten.
All right, thank you, Chris. In New Orleans today, the search is on after a group of inmates escaped from jail overnight. Police say the men, some that are convicted of murder, are considered armed and dangerous. ABC's Melissa Adon has the story.
New Orleans officials releasing these photos from inside the cell where 10 men are believed to have escaped through the wall overnight, prompting a massive search. The photos show a dislodged toilet inside one of the cells and the words "too easy" scribbled above, pointing to a hole where they believe to have escaped.
There are 1,400 people in this jail, over the city council 1250 limit. So can you monitor every single person every day? No, we don't have the bodies to do that.
Deputies discovered the men were missing during a routine head count that prompted the jail to issue emergency protocols.
Based on video surveillance, they were seen exiting a door on the docks where we normally bring in supplies, scaling a wall and running across the interstate.
By noon, one of the inmates, Kendall Miles, was captured less than 3 miles away from the jail, hiding beneath a car. Miles is charged with attempted second-degree murder. The other inmates facing an array of charges from murder to aggravated assault. Officials believe the toilet could not be removed with bare hands, suggesting someone inside the jail system may have helped the inmates unscrew it with the power tool.
We have reason to believe that there was some assistance with this. That's why we're thoroughly investigating. We placed 3 individuals on administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation.
The U.S. Marshals are helping local police with the manhunt, and the FBI is offering a $5,000 reward for tips that lead to the wanted men's capture. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Around North Idaho now, the area continues to be a hot spot for families to move, and Rathdrum is the latest area under the spotlight. Rathdrum joins Post Falls and Moyie Springs as some of the fastest growing cities in the state. According to new census data, since 2020, more than 3,300 people have moved to Rathdrum, and nearly 1,000 in just the last year. Not everyone in the town is happy about it. Locals say the current infrastructure can't handle this population spike. There's excessive traffic, limited sidewalks, and limited housing. One local we spoke with says the small town charm has gone away.
You go to the Super One and people don't want to have a chat with you anymore.
Most people who live in Rathdrum are on septic tanks and rely on Post Falls wastewater treatment facility for sewage treatment. If Rathdrum's population continues to climb, locals say that's a project the city will likely have to address. A plan to create safe spaces for the community from heat and smoke has hit a roadblock. How the Gonzaga Climate Institute is trying to help and what experts recommend we can do to protect our skin from the sun.
Our week of wet, cool weather is made for some moody skies, including this sunset from Lori Pence. She captured this image at Quail Ridge Golf Course in Clarkston. Very colorful. And oh gosh, that rain is making those greens so lush. And there's more in the forecast. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Grins and Giggles Family Dentistry.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville Hot Sweet Heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $5.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, returns to Pend Oreille County June 14th and 15th. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and food vendors from across the region, this event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Get your tickets to hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings and fieldwork both Saturday and Sunday. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
We got a top quality show for you tonight. Fabulous. You guys are fantastic.
See you, Jimmy.
Feel the late night love.
I really like him. Can I go now?
No.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
I'm not going to do anything flashy to announce my munchies under $4. The items you crave, like tiny tacos or French toast sticks for less than $4. But I will do something explosive. At Jack, every bite's a big deal. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU, here for good.
Well, you can be part of Spokane's oldest tradition at the Lilac Festival this weekend. The festival dates back to 1938 and will be going strong again this year, rain or shine. You can honor our military at the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade and check out vendors and car shows along the way. Hey, also check out Brewfest. The beer festival will be held in the pavilion and feature more than 30 local breweries.
This is a great community event. We have lots of wonderful breweries locally in Spokane and around the Spokane area, and we bring them all together here in one place. So if you never tried that neighborhood brewery before and you want to see, this is a great place to do it.
Brewfest will be happening from 1 p.m. to 5 tomorrow. Find out more information about tickets and a full breakdown of the events on our website, kxly.com. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
I know.
So I said earlier. Before the commercial break, lots of things.
Lots of things happening. You know, on our early news, we had Dave Weathered on with the Lilac Parade, and he was saying last year it poured rain right at the end, and everybody was still having a blast.
The kids loved it. They were splashing around, laughing.
Sure.
That is true. I mean, once it starts, it's kind of like when it happened on Bloomsday last year, too.
It's like the dog in the fire. It's fine. It'll be fine.
It's fine. It's just a little rain.
No biggie. It will be warmer than today. We're only to 52 degrees today, the coolest day since early April. 68 is our average high. It's going to take a while for us to get back in that ballpark. We started off the month so warm. These are our highs this month. The orange are our days above average. The gray boxes are exactly average, and all these blues this week are below average, including that 52 today. We are going to be quite a bit warmer tomorrow, even though still a little below below average, and I'll show you why. Our winds right now out of the east-northeast, that's going to be keeping things cool. To start the day, we'll be in the 40s with dry conditions, but fairly cloudy. We won't have to deal with much of a breeze, so we don't have to worry about that. Chance of rain starts around 11 a.m., but it will be hit and miss. Keep that 4 News Now First Alert weather app handy. And as we start to see our wind shift, more of a southwesterly flow, that'll help bring our temperatures back up closer to average. 64, again, 68 is our average high. And there is that chance of thunderstorms, and that's the only deal breaker. If you are outside, they will they will cancel the parade and stop everything if there are thunderstorms. So high temperatures around the region in the 60s everywhere, 67 in Meade and Spokane Valley, much better than the 50s and even 40s of today around the region. 60s just about everywhere. Lewiston making it into the lower 70s. And then we cool down again. We'll be down to 56 on Sunday and then start climbing back up. We'll finally be back around average by this time next week. Now, this drop in temperatures Sunday coincides with our next round of rain. Sunday's rain, it is the opposite. The wettest weather in the morning, and then things dry out as we get into the afternoon. Should have a good portion of the day on Sunday that is dry, so you can wake up early Saturday, sleep in Sunday, walk the dog Sunday night, and check your app frequently. I know I'm going to have mine going all weekend, figuring out those pockets where we can get outside. So Monday, we start to see that chance precipitation taper off, and finally, we'll get a break from the wet weather and just admire our green grass and very happy flowers, and probably have to mow sometime end of next week, Kirsten.
We'll just watch those thunderstorms tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Chris. A multi-million-dollar grant that could help communities prepare for extreme heat and wildfire smoke is on hold now. The grant would pay for new HVAC systems and air conditioning in community buildings, calling them resilience hubs, including the Carl Maxey Center in East Central Spokane.
Strengthen those facilities so they can be places of refuge during really intense heat or wildfire smoke, so that they can be places that people can ride out the heat if they don't have air conditioning or if they don't have a way of cleaning their air.
This money would also provide heat pumps to low-income homes and fund public education about extreme weather risks. The Gonzaga Climate Institute says it's exploring legal options to bring these resources to Spokane and other communities in need. While having a lush green grassy lawn may be great for curb appeal, experts are saying it isn't necessarily the best for the environment. Instead, try sustainable landscaping. It's where you replace parts of your lawn with trees, shrubs, or plants over time.
You're not using concrete, you're not using asphalt, you're putting in plants, and plants are giving off water and creating oxygen and cooling the environment. So it's not like this fancy special thing to do sustainable landscaping.
Experts recommend using plants that are native to your area and can grow well in a climate that doesn't require a lot of water.
We're adding biodiversity to the environment, where by putting in plants, we're reducing temperatures.
By following these steps, you can attract more wildlife and pollinators, like this bee here, which help keep our ecosystem healthy. If this is something that interests you, here in Spokane, you can work with the WaterWise program. WaterWise will help you plan out your yard, switch out your grass for rocks, bark, or other eco-friendly options. Learn how to request a visit from WaterWise on our website, kxly.com. For your health tonight, if you're out working on your yard during the upcoming summer months, experts say protecting your skin from the sun is crucial. And one of the best ways to do that is using sunscreen.
It's really not a matter of the SPF. 30 is fine. It's a matter of applying sunblock correctly.
Dr. Dormday, who you just heard from, says apply sunscreen 15 minutes before you go outside and then reapply every 2 hours. Another tip he has is to limit your sun exposure, especially during the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the UV rays are the most powerful. And last, cover your skin with clothing when you can.
Sunglasses have ultraviolet protection, and wearing a hat is helpful, especially a wide-brimmed hat.
The CDC says most skin cancers happen because of too much UV exposure, which can come not only from the sun, but from artificial sources like tanning beds or sun lamps. So it's important to take care of your skin when you're using those as well. For your money tonight, yesterday Walmart announced it will be increasing prices due to President Trump's tariffs package. Today we have a bit more clarification on which items they'll be prioritizing. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the story.
America's largest retailer, known for offering great deals on everyday products, is bracing for the White House to strike lasting deals of its own with major trading partners. Tariffs are expected to drive prices up on all imports. In its earnings call, Walmart's CEO saying customers will feel the pinch.
We will do our best to keep our prices as low as possible. But given the magnitude of the tariffs, even at the reduced levels announced this week, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure given the reality of narrow retail margins. In retail, managing inventory is always important.
The company expects the cost will hit back-to-school shopping as it likely looks to adjust pricing on non-essential items first so that grocery items like bananas, avocados, and coffee are less affected.
What we hope happens is that there are changes from a policy point of view that help us get prices back, ex tariffs on bananas and things that we don't grow here. So food inflation is very much on our mind.
The White House responded, saying overall inflation numbers have come in better than expected. President Trump insists the tariffs will lead to better trade deals and boost American manufacturing long term. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has warned of a risk of higher inflation, indicating the economic landscape overall is changing.
We may be entering a period of more frequent and potentially more persistent supply shocks, a difficult challenge for the economy.
The steeper tariffs between the U.S. and China are on a 90-day pause pending a long-term deal. Government officials say trade representatives from both countries held talks yesterday in South Korea. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, still ahead, what you can do to help endangered species after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away. You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region, and you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go here, surf's up, here, woo, and here.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new 2025 Toyota Tacoma for just $309 a month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
She was 12 in crisis.
Yet under hospital care, Sarah jumped to her death.
How do we stop it from happening again?
Teens in crisis, coverage every family needs to see.
Beginning Monday, only on 4 News Now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Today is Endangered Species Day, a day to pause our busy lives and lend a helping hand to animals and plants in need. Experts say natural disasters, pollution, and human encroachment are some of the biggest dangers to plants and animals around the world. The Endangered Species Act helps protect more than 2,000 species of animals and plants and helped save the bald eagle and humpback whale from extinction. All across the country today, learning events were held at zoos, parks, and schools in celebration of the day. And if seeing those animals made you want to adventure outside, the route of the Hiawatha, or the crown jewel of rail-to-trail conversion, opens for the season on the 23rd. In this week's Air for Adventure, we're giving you a bird's eye view of the beloved trail.
Welcome to the Hiawatha. The Hiawatha is America's most scenic rails-to-trails conversion. You've got condensed into a 15-mile, mostly downhill path. You've got 7 sky-high trestles, 10 tunnels, 9 of the tunnels which you ride through. And the first one, which you see here, is the Taft Tunnel. It's 1.661 miles long, and it is dark. Some of the tunnels are curved, most of them are straight. Some of them are reinforced with cement, and others are just naturally left the way they were chipped out of the earth.
In St. Louis, we do a lot of bike riding on rails to trails, but let me just say, there's nothing like this there. It was terrific. Between the tunnels and the trestles, wow. We rode this about 17 years ago, so not long after it opened, so we wanted to come back.
Well, I think some of the history is what I find really interesting, and the scenic beauty. So when you get up on top of Kelly Creek Trestle, which is the longest trestle, and it's also the highest at 230 feet up, you're able to look way up a valley and know that there was a mill at the far end. They built this railroad back in the day to harvest all the virgin timber that was here. This was known as the most beautiful section of railroad in the country when it was first established back in 1909.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
So pretty. Well, the Seattle Mariners drop back-to-back series, but can right the ship today against the red-hot San Diego Padres.
And boy, did they. An incredible spurt from the offense. Stick around to see how the M's slugged the Padres in Game 1. Don't go anywhere.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Papa Murphy's.
Sunday, it's American Idol's grand finale.
You might just win this whole thing.
Live coast to coast with epic performances from music icons, including your judges. And who will become your next American Idol? John.
You've just grown so much.
Brianna.
You just really have an incredible voice.
Jamal.
You are mesmerizing.
Dim the lights, and here we go.
American Idol grand finale, live Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
I was in foot pain for 20 years. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. When I drove past the Good Feet store, I thought, I'm gonna stop in. What can it hurt? They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. And you just knew, like your feet just, when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Most Planet Fitness clubs are open 24 hours, so you can work out whenever. Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. You in?
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on select Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
Spokane's hottest music.
Man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
Spokane Chiefs suffered a devastating 4-2 loss in Game 5 of the Western Hockey League Finals tonight, a loss that ended their incredible 40th season as Western Conference champs, but that ends their road entirely. Chiefs suffered their 3rd home loss in as many games, allowing a staggering 15 goals across that stand. That's the worst mark in any 3-game stretch this playoff run, at least at home. Now, the offense got plenty moving more in this game later on with 2 third-period goals, but WHL playoff MVP Medicine Hat goaltender Harrison Manigan made just too difficult for the Chiefs to get any goals in any time beforehand. The stat sheet was much closer than the final score. Both teams had 36 shots shots on goal exactly, both teams a power play goal, and actually the Tigers had 2 more penalties than Spokane. Even missing out on Memorial Cup participation still marks Spokane's most successful season since 2008, their first Western Conference title since the Memorial Cup winning season. Now, tonight would have been the final game at Spokane Arena, regardless of a win or loss. So we'll be back covering the Chiefs and their conference defending season coming this fall, with players like Rasmus Ekstrom, Braden Crampton, and Shea Van Olm all ending their eligibility and now completing their WHL careers. Overall, it was a pretty great day to be a Seattle Mariner fan. The M's had a fantastic bounce-back game against San Diego Padres, commanding a 1-0 series lead behind J.P. Crawford's first pitch home run, plus deep shots from Rowdy Tellez and Cal Raleigh. Now, this series is known as the Vetter Cup, named after Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder, actually a Cubs fan who spent time in both cities. The winner of the season series will get a real trophy, and the Mariners, they got 1 win down of the 6 total games this year. Pitcher Stephen Kolek, he led the Dads to a 21-0 win over the Rockies, but today allowed 5 runs. You're watching now 8 hits and just 5 innings. These teams next meet tomorrow at 5:40 p.m. back at Petco Park. Spokane Indians did not fare nearly as well as Seattle. They fell 6-1 to the Eugene Emeralds after allowing 12 hits and only striking out 4 Emerald batters. Indians, on the other hand, suffered 7 strikeouts, scored a single run after 6 innings, only getting a man across home in the top of the 9th, which, I mean, did avoid the shutout. This loss snapped Spokane's longest win streak of the season at 5 games. Indians need 1 more win over their next 2 to just get the win for the week-long series at Eugene. Tough loss for Gonzaga baseball tonight. They fall 12-5 to the Portland Pilots in their penultimate game of the regular season, allowing a whopping 9 runs in the bottom of the 7th to blow a slim 5-3 lead. Now, the loss sets up tomorrow's rubber match as a win, and the Zags earn the number 2 seed and a bye in the WCC tournament, or a St. Mary's Gales loss to Santa Clara does the same thing. Game 3 versus Portland tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tonight was also not kind to the Cougs. They suffer a crushing 15-2 loss to the San Diego State Aztecs, losing the series and collecting their 4th lost game in a row. Washington State eliminated now from the Mountain West tournament, so their season ends tomorrow at Game 3 at noon. Stick around for our last look at weather.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
When you call the advocates, you'll see right away, we don't fiddle around.
We don't waste time.
Don't dilly-dally.
We don't burn daylight.
Because this isn't our first rodeo.
Or a second.
We know the ropes.
Ben's the dance.
We've been down this road.
We know the score.
We've been there.
Got the t-shirt.
Done it all?
Seen it all.
Which means the advocates is the place to call for your injury case. We'll fight to get you the most.
And don't dilly-dally.
Don't start that again. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Luxurious Karastan flooring, the flooring you need to live beautifully. With the National Karastan Month Journey into Savings event, enjoy savings with style. Experience the luxury of Karastan.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
She was 12 in crisis.
Yet under hospital care, Sarah jumped to her death.
How do we stop it from happening again?
Teens in crisis, coverage every family needs to see.
Beginning Monday, only on 4 News Now.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It's going to be a showery weekend. There will be some breaks. However, the best chance to stay dry, Saturday the first part of the day, Sunday the second part of the day. I can't imagine that you will stay completely dry at the parade. There will at least be a shower.
Yeah, you've got to have that poncho ready, maybe even a second one for your chair.
For sure.
Yeah.
And a towel, maybe.
That's
hot
a great suggestion.
chocolate. A little fireball in there to keep you warm.
Now it's a party.
Just hot chocolate's enough for me.
Okay.
Maybe some marshmallows.
Okay.
I'll take that.